I bought this 2008 Chevy Silverado for $1,050. It does not run, is what it was advertised at. It does not run, engine problem. And the reason I bought this is because it came from down south, like Arkansas, Missouri, and it's very clean underneath. The body's very clean on it. These are all rusted in half up here in Maine, if they've lived here their whole lives. It's got these aftermarket wheels. It's been repainted. It's kind of a neat color, not a super common color. It's got these upgraded, well, depending on who you ask, these newer style aftermarket headlights and grill inserts. Kind of gives it a different look, makes it pop a little bit, just being this less common color. And then the, I don't know, customization, aftermarket stuff, the wheels, the lights, the grill insert. So it just kind of looks a little sharper than your typical stock truck. Otherwise, it's very clean underneath, like I said. The frame still has a lot of the original paint on it. And it's just starting to get a few bubbles here above the wheel arch where they all start to go. And same with the rocker panels down low here. But there's no rust to speak of inside the door. And the rocker just way underneath. Kind of show you if you can see that. Just starting to get some bubbles there. It's not bad interior wise. It's a little dirty like this. I'll just scrub off. And the seat's pretty worn on the edge there. And he had these covers on it. But this was a guy's work truck. I looked up the name on the title. He owned a contracting business, so I'm sure this got used for work at some point. But being this light color, which is not the color I would pick for one of these trucks, just shows all the dirt. And there's a little dirt, but I mean, clearly somebody made an effort to keep this thing clean and nice. I don't know how much the back seats were even used. It's just really light stuff. This will all clean up, I think. It's got power windows, locks, mid-level trim. I think this is a LT trim. It's just, gonna have all the power stuff, but not be the fancy. Headliner's in good shape. All the glass is good. Weird thing about this truck is the mileage. It's gonna have to be a true mileage unknown truck, because pulling the Carfax, it had some point in its history where it was reported at like 256,000 miles. The dash reads 178 right now, and the title signed by the previous guy, it had 95,000 when he bought it, and he had it a few years, and he drove it a few years, and when he signed it over to sell it, he wrote 95,000 again on the title. So it's just been, multiple errors over the life of this truck. 178 sounds about right based on that wear on the seat and just the general condition of the truck. So at some point, somebody saw fit to put a lot of money into this truck not too long ago with the paint, the wheels, so forth. It's also got these Mishimoto, if I'm saying that right, aftermarket silicone hoses. Those are big money. So somebody put, you can see the lower one there. It says it right there, Mishimoto. So I have another engine for this. That's why I bought it. My truck that I scrapped that was rusted out had a good run in 5.3. I had it listed for sale. I wanted $500 for it. I had a video of it running. Didn't leak. Didn't set any codes. Ran good. No noises. Had no takers on it. And the junkyards are asking $1,000 for these motors with 200,000 miles on it. So I thought $500 for something you could see running was fair. But I got no takers. I had it listed for months. So I said, I'll just hang on to it and get rid of the rest of the truck. And I'll wait for a good project to use it on. So I got this back. I tried using a jumper box to start. It just goes click, click. And I said, well, maybe it's a starter. It wasn't a starter. I put a wrench on the crank and turned it, and it would hit something solid after like one good crank. Go back the other direction, and it would do the same thing. So there's something broken or binding inside. So I turned it a few times like that, and then it would spin. So I tried to start it again, and it started. And it really felt like it was only running on 4 cylinders. It ran terribly. It didn't knock, but it just wasn't all there. It was running like complete garbage. And it set an engine code for camshaft correlation. So I said, I had this happen before to me with another 5.3, and the timing chain had broken. So I took the camera scope, went down the oil fill here, and cranked it, and I can see the valves moving. So the timing chain is connected. So we'll have to see what happens with this one. I don't have a lot of confidence in this motor. I'm probably going to pull the valve covers off and see if all the valves are moving. Not really sure. I drained the oil. There was a couple little chunks of metal in the bottom, but not glitter throughout. So I think whatever broke, just broke. A valve, maybe a valve dropped, or I don't know. I'm going to pull it apart and check it out, and I'll make a video about that. But worst case, I can swap in my other motor there, and I got a running, driving, not nearly rust-free truck for, you know, I only have 1,000 into it, plus this motor I already have, plus, you know, some filters and fluids and stuff. So I bought a new, the front bumper piece, because it's got 3 big dents in it, and that piece was only $60 shipped. And so you can see that's all banged up. I just thought that for $60 that'll make it not look so beat to hell. And I bought a new third brake light because that's broken, and a new seat cushion and cover for that driver's seat. Just trying to source these parts on for cheap, and I figured I'd order them while I saw them instead of waiting, even though it's kind of silly for a truck that doesn't run to. There's that third brake light. Kind of silly to be buying seat covers, but it'll all come together eventually. So that's this truck, 2008 Silverado with unknown high miles and a problematic engine.